Welcome everybody to Gen Inspire, or it's obviously the inspirational side of Gen Hope, where we bring you monthly videos from different speakers. Now it gives me great pleasure this time that we're going to introduce a speaker called Pastor Dave Carr, or Right Reverend Pastor Dave Carr, however you want to call him. But he's going to be talking about a great topic that everybody needs in this time, talking about faith. Now this is bigger than belief and positive thinking. This is an incredible topic, okay? So be inspired by this and enjoy. I'll call you Pastor Dave, obviously being my pastor. So I just want to say welcome and thank you, because I know you're an incredibly busy man, so thank you for this time. Obviously one of the reasons why we wanted to meet up was really to discuss faith and the importance of faith now. And one of the things I thought about who should talk about this, I've read books, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, business books, everyone talks about faith, and obviously it's a big part obviously of Christianity, but all religions in terms of faith. And I thought, obviously, because you've been from a business standpoint, obviously understood faith, but also obviously being a pastor and a reverend, you understand faith more than most. So I really wanted to discuss that, but and for the viewers to really get and understand what faith is. You know, what is faith, the importance of faith, and how we develop it. Because I think it's a word that's banded around, but no one really understands it. So one of the things I wanted to do first, though, is that people have an understanding of who you are. Obviously, I know you, which is great, but who you are, your career, what you're doing now. So obviously we can talk about that, and we can see how faith has played a pivotal part in obviously in your life as well. So if we start off really, obviously at the business side first, in terms of what you've done in your career and building that up.
Okay, it puts it in perspective when you realise I couldn't read and write till I was 18.
Wow.
I was completely illiterate.
Yeah.
Had acute dyslexia, 5 major phobias. So for me to even have a job was a miracle. So I started working in a clothing shop, and then I got very, very angry. And by the time I was 18, I was a glorified bouncer, really. Selling people out, doormen, getting people thrown out of places. Became a Christian. Things started to change. In 2 years, I found I could read by reading the Bible.
Just the Bible on
Just
on
reading
its
the
own?
Bible. That taught me to read. Nobody taught me.
Yeah.
I found after 5 years I could do maths in my head, and so I went into the insurance industry and majoring on pensions.
Yeah.
And within just a few years I was in the top 300 in the world.
In 3 years?
In 3 years. And then I used to go around the world lecturing in Monte Carlo, guest on the Orient Express, all this type of thing. Doing big pension schemes, and that led me into contact with some footballers. So then a few years passed, and I managed 700 of the country's leading footballers.
My goodness.
They call us agents today. The biggest one with my partner in the country. All the major names, all the footballers, every single one of the
like who, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, in those days it would have been Brian Robson, Andy Gray, Mark Lawrence.
Oh, okay, so real big names.
All these people.
Yeah.
So it was all the Premier League and right down to second division as they are now.
Yeah.
Then I became a director of the Professional Footballers Association, running their financial wing. Won umpteen awards for selling, for business, all over the world.
Yeah.
Used to tour, speaking Monte Carlo and Bermuda and all these places. Then gave all that up and become a minister.
Okay.
So that was my business life. Walked away from football and
so right to the top, to the pinnacle, as someone would say.
Incredible wages and lifestyle and everything else.
And then you had to start all over again.
I had to start all over again.
So if
riding a bicycle and drinking a cup of tea out of a china cup with pebble glasses as a vicar.
Cool. So talk about, obviously, you've gone to the pinnacle of your career, coming from nothing.
Yeah.
One of the questions I was even just thinking about when you was telling me about this, about obviously being a bouncer, then becoming a football agent and things like that. The confidence to do that, because I know you started to read the Bible.
I didn't have any confidence. One of my phobias was the fear of people.
Yeah.
One was the fear of animals. One was the fear of the dark. One was the fear of water, and the other was the fear of doctors, dentists. So in every avenue of my life, when I first started in business, I'd go to see a client and sit outside and vomit.
Every time, and this is just
I didn't have the courage to go in. So when I started, I was a blithering idiot, to put it simply. So I had no self-confidence at all. No self-confidence. I didn't like myself. I wished I'd never been born.
Yeah.
And I used to ask, if there's a God, why have I been born?
Yeah. So what pushed you through then to still, go into those meetings and not just quit? Where most people...
Well, you see, there's a big difference between belief and faith.
Yeah.
And you can achieve a lot through belief.
Yeah.
There's a book called The Power of Positive Thinking.
Yeah.
And the Bible says, as a man thinks in his heart, so he is.
Yeah.
But belief is something that we attain based on some form of credible evidence.
Yeah.
So I believe in this doctor because he's operated on my friend. I believe in this painter and decorator because I've seen the results of his house. So belief comes when you see a result.
Yeah.
Faith is a gift.
Yeah.
As a Christian, the Bible says faith is a gift lest I should boast. So faith is a spiritual commodity where belief is a cognitive. So I can actually become a success by changing my belief pattern.
Yeah.
But belief takes you so far. Faith is a spiritual commodity, and it's in between happiness and joy.
Yeah.
Happiness is circumstantial.
Yeah.
Joy can be there even if you've got sadness. And so I didn't believe in myself, so there's no self-belief. Becoming a Christian, what it did, it gave me an access to faith. Now, faith is a commodity to see beyond the natural.
Yeah.
Now, the natural was born in a council house, an honest to goodness family, no education, left school, never doing any exams because I was totally incompetent, could just write my name and address. So there was no self-belief. And so in a sense, belief was no good to me.
Yeah.
I had to have faith because faith actually took me recognising what I couldn't do.
Yeah.
And gave me the aspiration to achieve what I couldn't do by showing me what I could be.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference because belief or faith, our problem is we only see ourselves at the level of failure that we're in at the moment.
Right.
We don't see ourselves outside of our environment. So if
Yeah.
you've lived as I did in a council house in Birmingham, in Sturchley, I didn't know Solihull existed.
Yeah.
And for those who are looking at this outside of the Midland region, Solihull is sort of the promised land.
Yeah.
It's where people walk around with their fingers like this because they drink out of china cups.
That's it.
Well, we in Birmingham didn't even have any handles on the cups.
Yeah.
Drunk out of mugs.
Mugs, that's it.
We're Birmingham,
Yeah.
you see. And so, we're real people.
Yeah.
So we're like that, And so, we used to have paper for toilet paper.
Yeah.
Newspaper. Newspaper used to be. It's the greatest thing. It was tablecloths. It was for wiping your bottom on, and it was for eating your fish and chips out of it.
Yeah.
Not at the same time, but it was very, very
That's
good.
it, hopefully not.
But so really, when you go to a point where I got no self-belief.
Yeah. Because
So
you had
this-
nowhere to get it from.
No.
So a lot of people watching this, and I think this is great
They're
what you're
the
talking
same.
about, they'll be like, well, it's all right if I was born in Solihull
Yeah.
or an affluent family, then I can have belief because my dad's done it or
Yeah.
that person's done it.
He's a banker.
Yeah.
Mommy sells fur coats,
That's it.
and Uncle's got a Ferrari. No, I mean we haven't got any of that. I used to go on the number 27 bus. My dad worked at Cadbury's,
Yeah.
and so in a sense, I didn't go to Solihull till I was 25. It's 7 miles away from Birmingham.
Yeah.
Because there's no need to, because it was the promised land.
Yeah.
It's where clever, rich people lived,
Yeah.
and I was none of that.
Yeah.
So I didn't even have the belief to travel 7 miles to Solihull.
That's it.
So
right.
belief was of no good to me.
Yeah.
It was only the injection of faith. So faith again took me beyond where I was and showed me to where I could never be.
Fantastic.
Now belief helps you get to where you could be.
Yeah.
So we need belief.
Yeah.
Belief goes, do you think you can walk that 5 miles? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Why? I've done 4 already.
Yeah.
It's only another mile.
Yeah.
So there's a belief that you can regurgitate inside yourself.
Yeah.
But faith is something different. Faith is, the Bible puts it this way, it's the tangible evidence of things not seen yet hoped for. Well, that's a contradiction,
Yeah.
because for evidence it can't be invisible.
Yeah.
It has to be tangible, and tangible means you must feel it and touch it. So the Bible says, hang on, this invisible faith is more real than what you can touch.
Yeah. It's anything that you've seen before. And I think the great thing is this, on the things that you're saying, I know we deal with some young kids and young adults, and it's hard for them someone to say to them, you're going to be really successful. Based on what?
On what?
There's only one me.
Yeah.
You can't compare me to the other person who's done that. I'm not them. So
And
now
if
you need more than
And
just
if you're
positive
successful
belief.
at football or boxing
Yeah.
or anything, you're one in thousands.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to manage footballers.
Yeah.
And, the kid used to say, I'll become an apprentice, as it was then,
Yeah.
16. Well, out of all those that go into football at 16, only something like 4% make it to 18.
Yeah.
They just don't make it.
Just not there. Yeah.
But I mean, they've achieved something because they were on the books of Villa and Birmingham, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, or Manchester City is the big team at the moment. But they won't go any further.
That's it. Yeah.
You know, the average lifespan of a footballer, the maximum is only 10 years. Very few go all the way through to 35 or above. Those are the very, very special ones.
Yeah.
So, if you're looking for football to get out of what you think is poverty, or boxing, or sport, yes. But even that, it's only 1 in thousands will ever do it.
And you
so there's got to be something that takes you out of that.
Yeah.
Because we weren't born for failure.
Yeah. And I think that's an important thing. Just really.
We weren't born for failure.
Yeah. Because a lot of people do think that it's lucky, aren't you? You're lucky. He's lucky.
Yeah.
But you've just said something profound there, that we're not born
We're not
for
born
failure.
for failure.
What makes you say that? What, you know, someone's looking at that and going,
if we were born for failure, why bother to be born?
Yeah.
Now, the big question is, what is success?
Yeah.
Now, success, to some watching, is big car, big house, nice looking woman, nice looking man. Well, if that's your success, then it means it's going to demand certain things of you.
Yeah.
But success really is that you have become of value to yourself and to other people. So success might mean you don't have a big house, you don't have a big car, because your success may be working with people with AIDS in a poor part of the world. Well, nobody's going to pay you a lot of money for that, lad.
Yeah.
But I mean, Mother Teresa was a great success. She lived in abject poverty in India.
Yeah.
So success, you have to determine what you think success is. If it's got to be lots of money, big car, big house, then you could sell your soul to get there.
Yeah.
But success is achieving what you set out to achieve or exceed what other people think you can do.
And that's the big thing, isn't it? And that's what people really need now.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people feel like, I'm not born to do anything, I'm just here now.
Well, when I started a church, because, you know, I wasn't theologically trained at that time, other ministers, actually, with great encouragement, they all laughed at me and said I'd fail in 18 months.
So you had negativity?
Oh, yeah. Even then, I had negativity all my life.
Yeah.
When I went into business and I was trained,
the
instructor said to me, he looked just like Basil Fawlty, actually. He acted like him. You know, don't mention the war. He said to me, you're the worst person we've ever had in history, and the only reason I didn't kick you off the course is I was frightened you'd beat me up.
Wow. Right.
Because I'm a bruiser, 16 stone, number 1 haircut, broken nose. And I was terrible.
Yeah.
I used to go to work and shake with the fear of going to work. And he said, you're the worst we've ever had. So then when I became a minister, they said, well, you won't survive more than 18 months.
Yeah.
I've never had people come and say, you're a winner.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a time in your life if people say that, you don't believe them.
Yeah. You become so alien.
Well, you look at yourself and say, don't tell me that. It's far better to say you could be a winner than say you are a winner, because you're not a winner.
Yeah.
I mean, get a life.
Yeah.
You know if you've lost.
Yeah, that's it.
You don't need a degree to tell you if you've lost.
Yeah, that's it.
And if you support some football teams, you know that every week.
Yeah.
But I mean, but to say what you could be.
Yeah. This is the potential that you have.
That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Well, now what faith does, it takes what you could never be.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make you to what you could be. It takes you to what you could never be. Because if you could do it, you wouldn't need faith, you'd only need belief.
Yeah.
Belief says, I think if I work hard I could get a C in my grade.
Yeah.
But you don't need faith for that. You need work.
Yeah.
But faith is, if you can't read and write and you get a C.
That takes incredible faith, doesn't it? Yeah.
At 18, when you can't read and write, you're not going to fit in.
Yeah.
But then I finish up, top businessman, guest on the Orient Express, guest in the Hotel de Paris in Monte Carlo, meeting film stars, managing footballers, having my life story done by the Daily Express.
Yeah.
Now that's not belief.
No.
That's living by faith.
Faith. And that's the important thing, and this is one of the reasons why we wanted to have this interview. Because just even, you know, myself listening to this and hopefully, you know, speaking into my own life, how important faith is, not based on what you can see. Because at the moment when you look around, and I think it's important that we do this now, when you look around now, there's not much to believe in. A lot of people...
Faith is not an illusion. You know, some people say, you know, trouble is with your faith, it's just a crutch.
Yeah.
And I go, absolutely right.
Yeah.
And they go, what do you mean? I said, well, a footballer breaks his leg, he doesn't hop.
Yeah.
He has a crutch.
Yeah.
And that crutch becomes another leg to him until he's healed.
Yeah.
So of course he's on a crutch. It enables him to walk.
Yeah.
So when my life was in an absolute mess and I wished I wasn't alive, I found faith became a crutch until I was well enough to walk.
To believe that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Against all the odds.
So of course my faith was a crutch.
Yeah.
But it was getting me better.
Yeah.
And then people say, yeah, you've been brainwashed. And I go, man, is it so obvious?
Yeah.
My brain was dirty and pathetic.
Yeah.
So if I've been brainwashed, thank you.
Yeah.
And if I've got a crutch, I must have a brain, because I've never seen a stupid person crawl along the road saying, I refuse to have a crutch.
Everybody needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my faith was a crutch that enabled me to be healed.
Yeah.
And it washed my brain so I could think straight.
Yeah.
So when people say to me, oh, well, it's all right for those type of people, I went, thank you very much, I'm glad I'm one of those type of people. Because everybody in my class at school finished up either on the dole or in prison.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that ever made anything out of his life.
And were you the only one that you know of who had that faith?
Yeah. I was the only one.
So, yeah.
And they had me back at the school as a hero to give all the prizes out, because there's only me and one lad who won a cap for England at rugby that ever achieved anything in that school.
Yeah.
But I left being able to write my name and address. That's all I could do.
Yeah. And still you achieved.
And still I achieved.
Still achieved.
Because what faith did, it unlocked the potential that I couldn't see.
Yeah. Say that bit again.
Faith unlocks the potential that you cannot see.
And that's what we need.
Belief builds on what you might have.
Yeah.
But faith releases what you've never had.
Yeah. And then did you not find that became exciting? I know it must have been fearful at the time.
Very fearful.
Yeah, but did that also make it life more exciting?
Well, it does, because you suddenly find you're moving in areas you've never dreamt of before.
Yeah.
But you don't forget where you came from.
So you still remember?
I still remember playing in the streets in Birmingham. Still remember where I come from. So if I mix amongst people now who are disadvantaged, I can, as we say in Birmingham, I can sit in the gutter.
Yeah.
I can drink out of a tin mug, and I can revert back into my full Birmingham accent.
And you're still there.
All right, you're right,
Yeah.
all right, great.
Yeah.
Straight away there, right mate, I'm all right.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful accent, the Birmingham accent, very depressive. You're right, I'm all right.
So and the great thing is then, looking at your life journey, if you didn't have that faith, when we talked about when that instructor said, you're not good enough,
You're not good enough.
you would have quit.
I'd have given up.
Because you would have had no faith. So,
Well, a belief wouldn't have got me through,
Yeah.
because I didn't believe I was any good.
Yeah.
Now, I've met people who were great on belief.
yeah.
I'm going to do it. I can
Yeah.
make it. Good for you, lad.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it to the X Factor. Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it into football. Fantastic.
Yeah.
But belief, even if you've got it, will only take you so far. Because it can only bring you what you think you can achieve.
Yeah.
But faith enables you to achieve what is impossible for you to achieve.
Yeah. Let's talk about, so we talked about the church and, Renewal, and obviously we'll put the website on this video, is a church now of 1,700, 2,000
Yeah.
regular attendance. In a time where churches are not growing or
Yep.
dying,
Yep.
Average church attendance, I think,
35.
35 at the moment. Now the thing is, you said that you started off and you had negativity there.
Negativity, I had 4 people.
Yeah.
Started with 4 people. And 2 of those was my wife and myself.
Yeah.
So I only had 2 really.
Yeah.
And as I say, and other ministers, when they heard I was giving up football to go into the church, they just laughed, because I hadn't been theologically trained at that time. I had to do it on the hoof while I was there.
Yeah.
And they said, we'll give you 18 months. Which is fair comment, because I'd only got 3 sermons.
Yeah.
And
Recycle them.
well, if you preach them backwards, sideways, upside down, Chinese, bit of Mandarin, you get there in the end,
Yeah.
And I agreed with them.
Yeah.
So I didn't intend stopping there.
Yeah.
Well, as for the time of this film, we're celebrating our 40th year. So I've been here 40 years. I teach something like 3 times a week. I have to study. I've written books. I lecture and preach all over the world. So my life story, which I haven't done by being asked to write it was going to be called 18 Months to Failure, because that's what they said. But because of my football connections, it's going to be called A Life of Two Halves, or Sick as a Parrot, but I'm over the moon.
That's it. So once again, it doesn't matter what context you're looking at, whether that be in the business world, obviously, you know, your position as a right reverend.
Yeah.
It takes great faith to build this, because I suppose it's easy to drive past this building and go, oh, once again, you got lucky.
I know. Well, no, I mean, even to get this building, it had already been sold to somebody else.
Yeah.
But Faith said to me, this is your building.
Yeah.
And they said, well, it's silly it's been sold. I said, but we're having that building.
Yeah.
And so I phoned the managing director of a major British company and had an argument with him for selling it and not selling it to me. And he got very angry. Didn't even know I'd got his number. I don't know I'd got his number.
Yeah.
And just to get me off the line, he said, well, you should have offered the amount of money, which I hadn't got.
Yeah.
And he said, so how much more could you have offered? So I made another offer, and that was still £250,000 beneath what it was worth.
£250,000.
Less.
Right.
And by 2 hours' time, he'd sold it me. And then the council said they wouldn't give me change of use. So I thought, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know, why don't I just walk away?
Yeah.
But Faith said, this is your building. So even though the council said they would not give us change of use, for the first time in history, the mayor comes out in the press saying, I'm going to vote against the rest of my colleagues because this church needs a break. They had a good church. And we went on a 6-4 majority. And all the councillors who came around the building when it was falling down with asbestos and holes in the roof, and they heard what we were going to do, they all admitted they thought I was off my trolley.
Yeah.
They thought I'd lost the plot. But then when they come back now, and at Christmas we normally about 6 mayors come.
Yeah.
They've stood up and they've said, everything that your pastor saw,
that wasn't there.
is it being achieved?
Yeah.
So Faith is seeing what isn't there as if it was.
There.
It's not fantasising, not dreaming, but it's seeing it as if it was.
Here's a question. Someone will go, because you hit a good point. What if someone says, well, I hear about faith, I'm watching this video, but I'm still a cynic, okay? It just sounds like you're a dreamer with the heads in the clouds.
Great. If I'm a dreamer with the heads in the cloud, and I've achieved so much, it's about time they stuck their head above the parapet, isn't it, really?
Yeah, good point. That's a good.
So if I'm an example of cloud walking, then I think a lot of more people need to grow a bit, don't you?
Yeah. And I think that
and you're allowed to be cynical.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I was cynical.
Yeah.
And I say to people, you're allowed to be wrong.
Yeah.
I allow people to be wrong. And I, Apostle Paul said, I speak that which I do know.
Yeah.
I'm not here to be dogmatic.
Yeah.
I'm here to say, it's not just work for me.
Yeah.
I've got almost 2,000 people.
Yeah.
I've got 52 nations in the church.
Yeah.
So we try to kick the racist bit.
Yeah.
We got people from all different nations. We got people from different cultures.
Yeah.
We have bank managers sitting by the side of bank robbers.
Yeah.
We got people with AIDS sitting by consultant doctors.
Yeah.
Now it's not just me. We got professional footballers, professional golfers. We got the manager of the ladies' successful team this year sitting in our church every Sunday.
Yeah.
All types of people.
Yeah.
Can't all be wrong. I've got psychiatrists, consultant psychiatrists who know if it's just an emotional thing, psychologists, those who need them.
Yeah. So this is a thing that...
So, if all those lives have been changed, it's not just me, is it?
Yeah. This was one
so
lucky person.
I say to people watching this, if faith was just imagination, why don't we all imagine?
Yeah. Why not?
See, if faith was just, if faith, and in this case Christianity, is just an illusion, you go out of illusions, not into them.
Yeah.
You see, you don't suddenly find a man at the age of 67 saying, do you know, I woke up yesterday and I believe in Father Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you? Yeah.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, I just know I do. And I know he's going to bring me a new bike.
Yeah.
And he's going to bring me a new train set.
Yeah.
67. And I know Robin Hood was real. And he did marry Maid Marian. And I know.
Yeah.
And I found a bow and arrow in Nottingham Forest. You think, strike. Get him certified.
Yeah.
And King Arthur, I've seen his round table. You think, hey, come and pick him up next week.
That's it.
Because you grow out of these illusions.
Yeah, that's it.
But you grow into Christianity.
Yeah.
So I say to people, if it's an illusion, how come I haven't grown out to it, but grown into it? I would have been, if I was still in football today, I'd have been on about £300,000 a year.
Yeah.
So why would I be dumb enough to give that up if faith was only an illusion?
Susan. Mm.
See, why people can't describe faith, because it's invisible.
Yeah.
But so is love.
We still believe in that.
And many years ago, the Beatles, who modern people watching this never seen, but the Beatles, who were the biggest band at the time in Britain, from Liverpool, they don't do that, do they? They wrote 2 fantastic songs that made them multimillionaires, and it's all you need is love.
Yeah.
Can't buy me love.
Yeah.
So you can't see love, you can't buy love, but you need love.
Yeah.
You can't see faith, you can't buy faith, but you need faith.
That's it. That's it.
And faith's a gift.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, because we talked about obviously the great things that faith has done in your life,
Yep.
in the life of obviously people who participate within the church, you know, obviously where you minister. How do you get it? As you said, because you said it's a gift.
Yeah,
that's the word that you just.
Well, if it's a gift, you always find the person who's giving it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if you need free gas, don't go to the electric company.
Yeah.
Because you might find a surprise when you start the match and nothing comes out of the oven.
Yeah.
And so the sensible thing is, if there's a God.
Yeah.
And I say if because a lot of people viewing would say I don't believe in one. But if there's a God, the Bible says we ask. Now we don't ask in the sense of I one.
Yeah.
Not on me, not on me.
Yeah.
No, have a bit more intelligence. Turn around and say, why is anybody going to give me something if I don't get to know them?
Yeah.
Which is fair comment.
Yeah.
If you're busking on the street, you'll get all the change, won't you?
Yeah.
But if you want a £20 note, you better get to know the man, talk to him. And then when you find he appreciates you, you'll say, yeah, well done, son, you're doing well, let me encourage you, there's £20.
Yeah.
So talk to God. Get to know him, and you'll find then, and I've never known anybody yet that haven't, he says to you, yeah, son, I want to encourage you, there's some faith.
Yeah.
You go, wow, I've actually got not just belief, I've got faith I'm going to kick drugs now.
Yeah.
Because now it's not just a case of kicking drugs, because when you kick drugs, you're coming off something. But faith is you're coming onto something.
Yeah.
Faith actually is the real thing, and drugs is the substitute. Why does a person take a drug? They just want a good time, they want a buzz, they want to be freed from all the problems, they want a high.
Yeah.
Becomes addictive.
Yeah.
Faith gives you all that without addiction.
Addiction. So someone's looking for the real buzz.
Yeah, that's
Go
the
and
real
find
buzz.
faith. Go and find faith.
I mean, in the Bible, they don't have faith to walk on water. I mean, I was too frightened to even wash in it.
That's it, yeah.
I go swimming every day now.
Yeah. So we know that faith is a gift, like love is a gift.
Yeah.
You can't purchase it. You
Nope.
know, you can read all these books, but it's a gift.
It's a gift.
Yeah. How do you
Otherwise,
build
we're going to boast.
Yeah.
We're going to go, I see.
Yeah.
Look at the faith I got, boy. No.
Yeah.
It's no good boasting about it.
Yeah.
If it's gift,
Yeah.
I give you £1 million now. It's no good you showing off about the new house you got.
Yeah.
I bought it you.
Yeah. That was
You just want to say, this man's generous, look what he's given me.
Yeah.
So real faith actually says, don't look at me, look at the person who gave it.
Yeah.
Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
She didn't draw attention to herself.
It was always outward, wasn't it?
Now, you know, some great people in this world, they don't draw attention to themselves even though they're famous.
Yeah. That's what we want to be. So we know that it's given as a gift.
Yeah.
How do you build it? Because it's great. I've heard
Well, you
things
do
where
build
it's
it, don't
like
you?
great faith,
Yeah.
little faith,
Well,
and things like
right, it's like a man who's going to be a sportsman.
yeah.
He's got everything. He's got everything inside him. He exercises it. The Bible talks about exercising faith. So you build it by using it.
Yeah.
See, if you're gonna sit in an armchair for the next 6 years, your muscles go.
Yeah.
You get up, you fall flat on your face
Yeah.
because your balance has gone. Your muscles have gone. Your bones have become weak,
Yeah.
and you've lost the form of balance. If you have faith and don't live by it and don't use it and don't exercise it, it dies.
Yeah.
But if you exercise it, it grows. So when I've trusted God in my faith over this issue, I now find the next time this issue comes, I've got no issue
Yeah.
because I've already seen it happens.
So now.
So now I move up to the next issue.
Yeah.
So when a footballer comes to pre-season, they have something like about a month off. Now you'd think footballers are super fit.
Yeah.
They come back for pre-season and they're throwing up all over the
Yeah.
place. Because those 4 weeks, they've not used their muscles.
Yeah.
They've not used their pace.
Yeah.
So they put them through initial pre-season training to get their fitness back,
Yeah.
they build on that then.
Yeah.
See, it's no good a footballer being fit. Then he builds on it for skill.
Mm.
And then skill, read the game.
Yeah. Different
So
levels.
faith is a main product, but it's not the only thing you have. You have
Yeah.
to, you use reason as well.
Yeah.
You start to be able to think differently. So, you know, since I've had faith, I don't go, oh, hang on. Oh,
Yeah.
what am I going to do today? Shall I get out of bed? No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I've learned, it's changed the way I think, so I know how to get out of bed, I know
Yeah.
how to do this. So in a sense, there's a lot of things I do now that faith has taught me that I don't have to draw on faith to do.
Yeah.
But it's there when I need to go that
So
one
would you
step
say then
further.
that you've got to a level in certain areas, not in all areas, where you can rely on belief? Because I've seen it done.
Yeah,
I can
because
rely
my
on that.
belief is already based in faith.
Yeah.
So in a sense, faith is there and belief rests on top of faith,
Yeah.
not the other way around.
Yeah.
So my faith now carries belief.
Yeah.
Because so for instance, I've prayed for now 33 women that it's been impossible to ever have babies.
Yeah.
Every one of them has had a baby. Now, that is easy for me to pray for because I've seen that 33 times.
Yeah.
So I believe that can happen. Doesn't mean I jettison faith, it just means my faith now has become a belief.
Yeah. Excellent.
But if you said to me, about a blind deaf man with one leg, do you believe he can see here and the leg will grow back? I'd go, no.
Yeah.
My belief ain't going to do that.
Yeah.
But there again, my faith isn't at the level yet because I've not built it up there yet.
Yeah. So here's a good thing, because I think people can easily watch someone who's successful and say, yeah, but he's there now. He doesn't.
No, you're never there.
You're never there. I think that's one of the points I wanted to get to. Where you're at now, there's still things where you need faith.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a great
And
church.
if you
and a
don't
great
exercise, you become like I am.
Yeah.
Look at me, folks. You know, I make Buddha look as if he's anorexic, don't I? But I used to be fit, and I'm still the same weight. But this used to be up here.
Yeah. It's just lowered.
It's gone down now.
It's just a little bit.
I'm building downwards now. I'm 67.
Yeah, you can get away with it.
I get away. That's what my wife doesn't say. But what I'm saying is, faith is not just getting you to where you want to be, but it's keeping you to where you should be.
Yeah.
So when a boxer gives up boxing, if he's sensible, he still does training.
Yeah.
When a footballer gives up football, or they go like balloons.
Yeah. You've seen it.
So faith is not always stretching forward for something else,
Yeah.
but it's keeping you where you are.
Yeah.
See, when Peter was walking on the water and had the faith to do it, he looked down and sank.
Yeah.
So if you start looking back to what you used to be, you'll end up where you used to be.
I heard you say something great, that some people, it was in a service that you did, a lot of people got the faith to get there, but a lot of people don't have the faith to stay there, which is an important thing.
See, this film may be watched years' time, but at the moment Manchester City have just won for the first time in over 44 years
Yeah.
a Premiership. Next year they're going to stay there.
Yeah.
And we put a lot of effort sometimes in getting somewhere and then we walk away from it.
Yeah.
You say, well, what have you done that for? You've spent ages trying to achieve something and then you've thrown it away and walked away.
Yeah.
People who work hard to get a job,
Yeah.
then they have a bit of a sulk one day and walk out on it. And it's taken them 6 years to get the job,
Yeah.
have an argument with the boss, stuff you, off they go, and you think, you silly man,
Yeah.
you've spent 6 years getting there,
Yeah.
you've just walked away from it. So it's having the courage not just to get somewhere, but to stay somewhere.
Yeah. Which is an important thing. Because I think that's why when people talk about faith, it's only to get you to that mountaintop.
Well,
Yeah.
we're there now, where do we go next?
Yeah.
Stay there.
Stay there and maintain it and see if you
Yeah.
can do that.
What's wrong with staying there?
Yeah. I think one of the things that we looked about, in this economy as well, for a lot of people who are struggling, is employers want to find someone who can not only get to that position where they want them to be once they've employed them, but stay there and have the durability or stickability. And a lot of people don't do that. So you'll see a lot of pop stars that get to a number one, fall off the wagon.
I've been married 42 years. I've been
Yeah.
at this church 40 years. I was 21 years in football.
Yeah.
We're living in a world today where you get fed up with somebody after 6 years, 5 years, 4 years gone.
Yeah.
We've lost the ability to stay
Have the faith to stay around in anything. Yeah.
because we get bored.
Yeah.
Because marketing has told you to be bored.
Yeah.
See, I've got an iPad 1.
Yeah.
Somebody comes to me and said, and you got iPad 2, now we're into iPad 3. You're 4 by the time you watch this. And they say to me, I go, why?
Yeah.
Well, the new one, they say, it's got a camera.
Yeah.
I said, I've got a whole lot of Canon with lenses and everything. Yeah, I know. And I've got an iPhone.
Yeah.
And that's got a camera. Yeah. But the new one's got a camera. I don't need a camera.
Yeah.
Oh, it's thinner. Well, the other one wasn't fat.
Yeah. That's
It's lighter.
Yeah.
The other wasn't heavy.
Yeah.
So what they're saying is, we're dissatisfied with iPad 1, even though it does everything we want. Oh, the resolution's greater. Well, I'll just turn my brightness up there.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not going to change mine until we're iPad 5 or 6 when they're actually going to give me something which I haven't got now.
Yeah, definitely.
So we breed in people discontent.
Yeah, easily.
Oh, well, you haven't got the 4 or the 5?
Yeah.
So I've just got iPhone 4S now,
Yeah.
where you talk to it.
Yeah.
And you say, what's the weather like? And it says, we don't give the weather in your road. And you go, you bonzo, I've asked for the weather.
That's it.
So even that doesn't work.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
But you see, you must have the one with the voice that speaks to you. Mind you, it is good actually.
Yeah.
Just for you, if you ever get an iPhone, try telling it you're gonna kill yourself. It tries to cancel you out of it. It's great.
Right?
And he says, I don't think that's a very good thought. Have you thought of speaking to somebody? That's the only response you get out of it.
Fantastic.
But what I'm saying in all this is simply this: we breed discontent.
Yeah.
Why don't you try another woman, another man, another this,
Another job,
that, another drug,
business,
another this, another iPad, another iPhone.
Yeah.
When you go, well, hang on. See, I used to have brand new cars every year.
Yeah.
My present car I've had for 10 years,
Yeah.
and I've done 109,000 in it.
Yeah.
People say, why? And I say, because I've done 109,000 in it, and at the moment it's running perfectly, and the
Yeah.
garage say it's great. So why do I need to buy the latest one with an extra stripe down the side and spend £29,000 when this one now I've had for 10 years and it still works?
Does exactly what you want it to do.
Yeah, it's like whatever's on the label is inside the tin.
Yeah.
But you see, and that's the same with faith, relationships, jobs. Oh, I'm bored, I've gone, what? Well, I've done it 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years. My dad did 46 years at Cadbury's.
Yeah. I think this is one of the problems now. If you really want to be good at something, well, you talked about two things that most people will be envious of: having a big church. If you're a Christian, whatever it may be, people want a big church and they want to see it grow. Yeah. But it's taken you 40 years. Yeah. You know, a lot of people want to be great in their career. Yeah. You know, but it's taken you a while to. It took you a while to build that. But and that's where the faith comes in. That I'm not going to quit on this journey.
I'm not going to quit.
You know, I'm going to keep.
And
going.
You all want to quit.
Yeah.
I wanted to walk out of football. I wanted to walk out of relationships.
Yeah.
I wanted to walk out of the church.
Yeah.
And it would have been easy to walk out.
Yeah.
You know, when I stood outside those factories throwing up,
yeah,
because I hadn't got the courage for the interview, there had come a time when I had to say, well, I'll be sick, sew my mouth out, and I'll go in.
And do it.
And do it. And once I'd done it, next time I didn't feel quite so sick.
Yeah.
Third time I just wrenched a bit. Fourth time I just felt a bit clammy. Fifth time in.
And you go
Sixth, that's it.
That's it. So the thing is, what you just mentioned there, everybody goes through that. There's no special people. Everyone has those emotions.
I didn't
want
go
to
to the dentist
quit.
for 20 years.
Yeah.
I had to overcome it. They had to give me Valium just to sit me in the waiting room. They injected me with Valium. I went to a special dentist that dealt with all the film stars. Because in football I got the money.
Yeah.
Couldn't go in.
Brilliant.
And then last year, 18 months ago, I broke all my top teeth.
Yeah.
Collapsed when I was in Hawaii. And I've had 5 procedures, rods in my jaw, rebuilt all my teeth. Yeah. No problem. I had to overcome that fear.
Yeah.
You see, I could have just said, no, I'm not going, I'm not going. No, I'm not going. I'm going to stand up if that's my life. I'll get alive.
Yeah.
You know, I might not be good looking, but I'm a bit more vain than
yeah,
that.
That's it.
But I went through it all.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this to our viewers here, that some things we're genuinely frightened of.
Yeah.
And there's no getting away from it. If you're going to be sick and have an operation, unless you're suffering from a certain disease that loves operations, you're going to hate it.
Yeah.
And we are going to face issues in our life that frighten us. Admit it.
Be honest, yeah.
Don't act as if well, I'm a lumberjack and that's my name. No, I'm frightened. Then you could confront the fear if you admit it. If you don't admit it's there. I've had people come to me, and I say, are you all right? Yep.
Everything's fine.
Oh, well, if everything's fine, then I can't help you.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
And I'm going, oh, so no. Tell me the problem. I'll see if I can help. But if you haven't got a problem, you don't need help.
Yeah.
And we have this macho-ness, you know. Oh, well, women, I can't tell you. And men, oh, I'm a lumberjack.
Yeah,
That's all I am.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, go and cut some wood then.
Yeah. So you're fine.
Yeah. You're fine.
So everybody goes through it. The great
We all
thing
go
is,
through it.
We all
Queen
face
goes
problems.
through it. I'm sure she does. But she goes, one is not amused. I'm sure she does, you know.
Yeah, the struggles.
Yeah, I'd like to throw this over and get Charles, get in there now.
Get out.
Yes, Mother. Yeah, you get in there now.
Well, the thing is, obviously, because we covered the main points that I wanted to cover.
Yep.
We talked about, faith, the difference between faith and belief, and I think that's a big thing.
Yes.
Because this world throws a lot of about positive thinking and all those things like that. So we cover that, how you get faith, that it's a gift. But obviously, we also have to understand that faith is needed to also stay where you want to be.
Yes,
not just to get you to that place.
No.
And the thing is, you have to overcome your fears.
Yes, you do.
In having that faith. So if we could say one parting thing, obviously to the viewers that are looking at this, what would you say? Yeah. What would you say?
One parting thing is this. If you're here by chance and you're only a mistake, then that's what your life will be. But if there was a plan for you and you don't find it, it'll be the saddest time of your life. So you are, and you may have had a bad entrance into this world, and you might have had it, and life might suck. But it's not how you came in, it's how you go out.
Fantastic.
So don't waste your time. Get yourself sorted. Don't forget, it's a life of two halves, and you might be sick as a paddock now.
Yeah.
But you'll be over the moon then.
Fantastic.
All right, Harry?
Thank you very much,
Good
sir.
to see you, mate.
Thanks very much.
All the best.
Cheers, Dave.
Thank you.
I know that you've been blessed by this video. I know if you paid any attention to this video, you'll be blessed. Now, this is not whether you believe in God or not believe in God. I wanted to bring something to you, an understanding of what faith means. So look, you need faith, okay, to be able to believe in something that you can't even see. That's what faith is about. It takes faith to be able to not only get to that place where you want to go, but also remain there. But it also takes faith to go against all the fears that you've got that are stopping you right now from achieving whatever it is that you want to achieve. So please keep this video, go back to it in a couple of months, go back to it maybe every week, okay, so you can start building up your faith, okay, and find that gift that's free for everybody. So God bless you. And obviously the caption of Gen Hope is, God's gift to us is life. What we do with that life is our gift back to God.